Hello everyone and welcome back once again to Grigsby's War in the East, where I'm playing as the Soviets against a human opponent this time. And we're here in my turn 7. It's now August 3rd and nothing happened here. My opponent has 469 points now. We're having some issue with our planes because this turn, instead of having 64 in a group, it changed to 32, which is a bit of a mess, but nothing we can do. Let's start out with what happened. I got this unit. That's an interesting place to spawn, but yeah, obviously it wasn't too difficult for my opponent to beat these guys out of Nikolaev. He used some Romanians and his 22nd Air Landing. Beat them to a pulp. A bit of a disappointment there. Yeah, they lost 400 men. Probably all Romanians. All Romanians. They're literally all Romanians. No German rifle squads were lost in the process. Alright, alright. Fair enough. Ah, they got them here. 6. They get pushed back, stuff like that. Yeah. Alright. That's fine. No attacks here. There was one here. Ooh, that's a bad rep. 2 Panzer divisions. We lost, interestingly, some tanks too. I wonder... Oh yeah. Seems like the cavalry division is rocking some tanks. ET5, so... Well. Either way, he tried once and a bunch of tanks smacked. He had a lot of them though. 281, 30 down. That's okay. I'm happy with that. 2 attacks on Kremenchug, where my opponent tried to crash through. First attack on the cavalry held. And then a second attack also failed. This is a light attack, interestingly enough, with the Slovakians and a brigade. That's only with 1 infantry division. Seems like my opponent has decided to get some reinforcements. Just like he beat the mechanized. Eh. Sucks. Didn't make the roll. This guy did. Alright. Then nothing along this side. My opponent doing some recon. Wonder what he's about to do there. There's a cavalry to attack 2 mechanized units. Fairly uninteresting battle there. What is interesting is what happened here. So my opponent first smashed here. In heavy woods with just the infantry. Heavy attack though. Basically got smacked pretty hard here. But they're still fighting to break through here. I mean, if they get up here, that would be difficult, but I wouldn't think it's that easy. Seems like my opponent decided to smack my unready unit, which appeared to be not even that interesting there. Can change it up with another unit here, meaning if they can get it there, it means my opponent gained nothing, which would be okay. Tricky here. Seems like he's looking to go over here as well. And yeah. These guys are powerful. These guys are a bit less now. They held on the second one. I mean, I'm also desperately trying to get some plane action in there. My opponent is getting some fighters in there too. I'm taking heavy losses. I notice that whenever my units hold, the amount of fighting being done is just barely anything. Really sucks that my opponent got this. I had really hoped to hold there, to be honest. I know he attacked with 2 Panzer divisions, but it just straight up sucks. And yeah, some brutal action in here against my forces. The only good thing is that he only advanced 1 hex on this occasion. That's the only plus I can I can see. Yeah, all of these went back to 32, so I'm gonna have to redo quite a bit of the air forces once again. Seems like my opponent has not seen fit to take this, meaning my naval units can be a bit stronger. I wonder if he'll go for it, but we'll see. I have 1 unit isolated. I wonder where that is, though. Is it these? Like, I saw... I can't even select it there. I have to do it somewhere here. I know there was a way to check which unit is isolated, but now... of course I'm not gonna find it there. Is it really not here? Supplies, experience, morale... Maybe it's this 64 unready units. Unbelievable. Oh, it's that unit, of course. How many... If it rates like this, I really don't know what's gonna happen to it. I always thought that it would get some partisan action, but no, I'm not too sure. Let's start over here. in the Far East. We'll get 3 units as reinforcement in the Far East. And also a lot on turn 8. Yeah, okay. What I'm gonna do is, because I'm gonna get a lot of forces there, I'm gonna send quite a few forces there now already. Together with an army, even potentially. We'll see. I'm gonna get this to 90. I'm really gonna empty this. I'm gonna get the forces next turn anyway, so might as well. How much are you gonna get? They're gonna be like 7,000 men. I got 9,000 men cavalry. It's a bit weird that way. I'll just do it until that stops. Yeah, and now I can no longer take them because I'm at 91. That's fine. I'm gonna also send some air forces here. Can still send support units, funnily enough. I guess because I'm at 91. Let's do it. Let's send mortar units. Until I can no longer send those either. I'm surprised I could also still send cavalry. Huh. Apparently, indeed, everything is locking up. That's considered heavy artillery, huh? Alright. It will take 4 turns anyway. So it doesn't help me now, but on turn 11. Trans-Caucasus. We'll get 1 cavalry next turn. And turn 9, it will also... Okay. Not even sure why they're going to the Trans-Caucasus, but that's okay. Also, Mountain Division, they're already in transit. And then turn 10, we'll also see a bunch of them there. But turn 8, there's not going to be that much, so I'm going to take only... Let's see, technically I can only take a little bit. Let's see how it goes. Let's just stop there for now. Ooh. Got a nice 102 there. It's not bad. I'm gonna keep it like that. 102 is not that much extra. So there's that. Alright, time for some error reorganization. I guess I can do this first. Our on-map forces from me and Germany are now roughly equal. But we even have slightly more total forces, but they of course have the Axis allies. My opponent still has a lot more. And better quality units as well. Soviet losses 1.3 million men. Axis is going to 100,000 now. 999 guns. The works. Looking at metrics. 1 point stays the same for this turn. Initiative, I want to mark. Total men, only slightly going up. I wonder if it includes the theater boxes. I guess it might. Total guns, so at least going up nicely. AFVs. Aircraft. I lost a lot of AFVs though. Manpower losses this turn below 100,000. I actually have a quite good ratio here. 4.5 to 1. Gun losses, AFV losses. I only lost 260, huh? Alright. Aircraft losses. Manpower pool. Going up a lot for the Germans. They could easily take care of their losses for now. And they're so they have a lot more, but it doesn't really matter. Alright. Like I said, on to the air forces. Let's actually take a look at the reserve here. I'm actually gonna get a few of these onto the map already. And just let them refit and dig in there. So we have slightly less in here because we have way too much. Either way. Not these cavalry. Anything over 60 I'll send here. It's just way too many. All they're getting now is 2 guns, like. But I guess they're competing with the AA. No. Those are different guns. Anyway, I'm also actually going to send all of these. They're currently unready, but I'll just leave them. Or I'll just keep sending 10. God, there are so many of them. How all of this will ever get filled is beyond me. Seeing it like this. Just scrolling this is just impossible sometimes. I'm just... Doesn't even upgrade anymore. Alright. Either way, that's the reserve theater box. Alright, just taking care of the air war. I just put a few units up there. I'm still running ground support at Leningrad, but not really doing anything else anywhere, so that's basically just where I'm gonna keep things. Now, I think that what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually start getting some naval infantry brigades over in here, and I can't immediately put them into the fortress, but I guess I'm gonna get them there, beef up the defenses, and I guess this naval infantry brigade is gonna go there too. Should be good enough. Now this stuff is getting along pretty nicely, so I'll just keep it like that. They'll be fine. These should definitely no longer be on refit, because they are just about fine. They're 20. Let's first just get the army in here, because you actually got stuff. Can't imagine. That's 49 out of 69. 84 replacement. Okay, so they didn't get a whole lot. But both of these are on reserve. Actually had 100 in terms of that strength. It's not that bad. This is obviously not that great of a defense, really. Let's move you into Guinea Chesks, put them on refit. Or actually I'm gonna just send them to the northern front. As a unit, they are too weak, I think, to really do something. Now, to be completely honest, I kind of want to move the tanks out. But these are rather weak. You're unready. This allows me to move the Odessa cavalry, which is also quite weak. Will it get renamed or something? It will not. But gonna refit that because this is in terrible shape. I have them in ready. I'm actually gonna switch them up with these, the airborne brigade. Currently I do have that airborne brigade there too, but I'm pretty much just looking to fortify. Because technically I could send them here and then send them to the north, which should be fine. The thing that I want is I want to get other kind of units out, so I want regular infantry out instead of, and just put the airborne brigades there basically. Since I can. I could do something similar actually with naval infantry. They probably arrived here this turn and that's why I cannot send them away yet. That's fine, I might be able to do it next turn. But for now... let's put... you under 8th Army for now. Putting you on the 9th. And I do want to defend this because basically if I can make sure that these guys have to attack Kherson for a turn, they'll get pushed back. Basically that spends the entire 11th Army at least for August 10th. And that's kind of what I'm looking for there, I would say. Another unit I want to get out is you. Again to the Northern Front. Northern Front is also most important. I know they're at 102 now. And because of that, I want to pull out a rifle division, which puts them below 100, but then I'm getting new stuff in, so that will fix my problem. Yeah, it's gonna go to the map. I don't really care for the chance to lose a little bit at least. Like, it could happen, it would suck, but I'm just gonna try to stick it too close to being at 100, but if I can benefit from switching out stuff first, I will. Let's see, you're gonna be put in the 12th Army. And... probably best to do it like that. Alright, I get these two here now. They might actually come to join in against an attack here. I wonder how that would go. These guys actually got a pretty decent chance to rest here. I'm actually quite pleased at that. These guys are terrible on the defense, unfortunately. Reserve front. Now these three, I'm inclined to just send them over here to hold several places, but let's go and pull out of this first. Now I'm gonna abandon Chernikov and stuff, of course. If they have a unit here, they can easily move in here and attack Gomel. I'm not that big of a fan of just letting them take it. I'm just gonna go and wait here, so with them at least. So that things aren't too bad now. If I go all the way out there, it's a bit harsh. I'm sure they're just using only one unit there. And that rather sucks in a sense. Ugh. Can I send these over to... No, I can't. Really want to have at least a regular infantry there. One thing that's for sure as well is that I'm moving behind this line. Units that are more likely to get attacked, I'll put those up front. This also shortens the line once again, so I am inclined to also try and reinforce this area a bit. I know they double attacked on the cavalry last time, so it's probably prudent to try and get some extra defenses there too. This is probably really bad for the tanks. Yes, yes it is. But I would have to move them either way. Alright. And just like that, indeed, I now have 2 infantry on those areas. $914, huh? Well, I guess it's a bit better. This is also rather unfortunate. I mean, I'm leaving a bit of a gap here, but I also think that that might be okay. Now, ideally, I will let them fight for it, but... I am afraid that we'll get, you know, Kiev kind of problems if they do link up. If they are gonna try and bypass... I don't know. I'd rather just hold it still. I don't think they'll have much here. My opponent seems to have not really put a whole lot into those positions. And he still seems to have his armor up here, making me doubt whether he's moving it down there. How are these doing? They're okay. My forces are still way too stretched out here to talk about any cohesive kind of front like that. If he actually does move down here, say he has 3 armor divisions or whatever, I'm in big trouble. It's gonna break through there, and they're gonna bust into this area. I have no defenses. When did the Germans actually capture Gomel historically anyway? August 19th? Sheesh, okay, yeah. They do have some of their armor there. Alright, I'm gonna contemplate how far I'm gonna retreat up there, but do think it would be fair to say I'm gonna move that motorized. Going reserve to the back here in case they do break through. Cannot get them all the way up to Poltava. They will not get many supplies there. Yeah, retreating like that is probably for the better. If I'm... They're not going to break through here with armor, so I might just as well put those tanks here. The armor is here. They would have a hard time getting their armor through that stuff. I mean, they'd have to be put under something different, I guess. No? 18th Army will be a reserve front. I'm actually going to give reserve front a different color because I don't like this color. And what about this orangey color? It's not that bad. I mean, the green is worse, but yeah, it's fine. I can go for orange here. Let's see, because you're short one, so I could put you under the 3rd Army. At which point now, I think the 6th Army has one less. Now, oh, right. I thought 5th Army would be okay now, but 26th Army can take one. Where is 18th Army? There it is. 18th Army can take another 2. Well, to be completely honest, I'll actually start with doing this. Now that's actually interesting because that suggests again nothing, huh? This let's see, because it's at 35 right now. And 20, so 14, 10, 4, and I cannot go back. Now, two times 18 is 36. So what I would need to do, move you in here. And they indeed have nothing. Huh. I mean, it really sucks for the tank division. They're gonna lose a lot of power on the tanks here. But I've encircled this unit, I guess, and some other unit that they might have there. I mean, they have a unit in here too, which, like, I wonder what it is. But it does mean that these guys at least will not get supply for a turn. I guess that's actually worth it. And Nikopol actually has quite a lot of resource production. So but they do have a unit there. Oh, what? Really? Suddenly they can no longer go back? What the heck is that? They're supposed to be able to go back. Well, not that my opponent has a lot of units there, but that's a bit weird. Moving here costs 4, moving back costs 2. 1. They also would not be able to cross back. But from 34, this is 12. I mean, I cannot go here either way. And going around is not going to cut it either, so. I actually want to get the slightly more powerful units up front and just let a unit like this in reserve. But I mean, I had my fun here. That I think it's actually good for me. It's more likely my opponent will try to cross in that area then, like here. Or they'll try to move out through there. What that means though is I kind of want to try and keep my options open as to this area. They're certainly not gonna attack these things now with whatever they have there, so I'm actually fine with keeping this like that after pulling you back to... I can move them here, that's better even. I would prefer that. You're on reserve, reserve, reserve. No, you're fine. Alright, I'm gonna get one out. Are you ready? Yeah, you're gonna dig in there. And the other one is gonna, I guess, dig in at Gorlovka. And then I have the 42nd rifle. Yeah, I would... I'll do that actually. 813, that's not easy to break. And since I have quite a few forces here... I don't feel too bad also putting in a cavalry. And maybe I should be putting them here. I don't think it's that bad of an idea. Let's actually see, because you're under the actual reserve front. Like this is fine. I know we have units from 3rd Army and a unit from 6th Army, but they're all relatively close, so that it works out. But then what I actually need to do is switch things up a bit. And now 3rd Army is fine to take these. And 6th Army can take the last. Okay. Now, I'm perfectly fine trying to fight at least for this side of the river either way. Yeah. They're really not digging in very fast. Ready, ready, ready. I should probably send one of these guys to Belgorod. They're on a 2 now. I quite like that. I mean, cavalry is probably better used. Just like that, in case they do get a breakthrough. They're fine being on reserve right now because my other armies are full anyway. I need a new army here. as it is. There we go. I find it interesting that my opponent seems to be reluctant to try and get across on this side, especially since it's... my stuff is pretty weak here. I mean, he cannot see that, obviously. It's just interesting that he's trying to cross here specifically. I mean, I guess he wants to go to Kharkov, and this just ruins his supply lines. But, like, August 10th, let's just say August 17th. The next river, August 24th. And we're looking at September, this area, the Sumi area. That would be September. Which I think is marginally historical. Yes, it is. I would be fine with that, to be honest. The reason why I'm retreating, of course, is because if my opponent crosses, these guys might get trapped, and I'm not looking forward to getting trapped. I don't think my opponent can get very far in one turn, so I might be able to stop them for one turn and then I have to pull back, because I don't feel quite so secure that I can do whatever I feel like there. This is fine though. You're both on refit, yeah. Once they're done, they can switch with units here, because definitely these guys could use some backup. They're not in the greatest of shape. I mean, I'm currently actually defending this with a lot, and if my opponent cuts me off here, all of these guys would be moving through Crimea. It would be actually quite bad for me too, because I don't have that much there on that side then. Right. Because of whatever is going on around here, I have to say that I don't mind getting another unit here into 4th Army. It sucks because I cannot immediately get these units to a front where they are needed. But I feel so weak over in this area that every now and then I kind of just need to send a unit there. Alright, it's certainly time to pull back here too. Fine, the Germans captured in August. That's fine then. Okay. Certainly pulling them back like that. Okay, I actually feel like doing this here should be fine right now. And then the question is, how many hexes do I want to pull back with them? I think for the moment this is okay. I... One, two, three. I don't feel like my opponent is gonna attack across that river. But I can see my opponent moving in here, or in here, and then doing an attack. I feel this is a pretty big retreat already. Especially this is good defensive terrain. But it's fine. I'd rather fight a little bit later than now, given our numbers. And then this is being held like that, leaving you and Gomel for one more turn. Then I'm going to try and get them out. We'll see what my opponent does at Chernikov. What I need to do though is, how much does the west southern front have? Southern front could take 3 more units. In a sense. I could put you under the reserve front. Uh, 18th Army could take you. And you. Now those two cavalry should be under the southern front somewhere. At least one of them will go into the 6th. And alright, southwestern front for nowadays, that's okay. And then I think you as well. No, it doesn't have to. Okay. But it's closer, so I'd rather have them under the southwestern front then anyway. Alright. That frees up some space in the central front here. Which means I have some space in the western front. Center front is quite large for now. Right, then Now I can at least take one of these armies into the Western Frontier. The 11th will go into the Western Front. And probably 49th too, but I'll see how that goes. Okay, well, I seem to have a Moscow Rifle Militia here. And I think these two are fine as a layer like that. Could keep them on refit, but I would have to see. I don't like having only a layer of 2 in there, to be honest. But it's not that that Moscow militia is any very powerful, but 11th. In that sense, it's actually rather weird for me to have a layer of 3 over here and have a layer of 2 further up north, so I will pull these back. I'm just not yet sure on where they're gonna go. Certainly not here. These two act as a third layer of some sort. Let's pull you back on reserve. Now, I can see my opponent trying to go for some kind of breakout or whatever at this moment. And I'll see where I'm going to put those. They're unready. Now, certainly I'm gonna have to think about this one for a bit. I'm not particularly interested in engaging the enemy that much already. But I'm also not super interested in giving them Viasma on a silver platter. Just like that. If possible, though, I'd like to actually differentiate or switch the blue units out a bit. Because that stuff is getting a bit of a problem. I'm gonna move northwestern front over to Kalina now. And the problem here up to a certain degree is let's see if I can get a cavalry in here. I guess that's probably good. I don't want them to quickly get through there by whatever means. Currently... I will do this. My opponent doesn't really seem to have that much of an interest in attacking, and I might actually send one of these up north as it is too. Because even though it does weaken them, I think it's pretty unlikely my opponent will attack there. Yeah. So I also did not get any units, of course, this time. Except apparently a 42nd Army Oh, it's just Tundra. I thought it was heavy mud already. Light Africa Motorized Division, huh? My opponent is throwing everything he's got at me, very clearly. Maybe it's time to send another 2 divisions from the Transcaucasus. If my opponent is going all out, then maybe it's for the better if I do so too. It's fine. The problem for my opponent, in a sense, is that the earlier his events run, the less resources he gets. I mean, one might argue he's not, like, my opponent is not going to get that much resources from places like this, although it does have quite a bit of manpower, but basically he's going to lose the war faster the worse he's putting in it in 4 points, whereas for me it matters a bit, but not that much. So, anyway. Another ready unit. Since the cavalry is ready too, I'm inclined to put my stuff there. You're unready. You're unready too. This 1 hex here is actually a bit of a problem too, but these guys will rout, no doubt about that. I'm also rather afraid with stuff like this is that if they get a breakthrough, then I'll be in trouble. So getting all those cavalries, I guess, probably good. I mean, my opponent is going to have an inevitable breakthrough somewhere, but not so sure where, so well, getting behind the river, probably a good idea. And see where the depots are. I have one more ready rifle division here. I'd rather actually take back the hex. It makes it more difficult for my opponent to move. One thing I don't like is them moving in, like pushing these back, moving in here, and then attacking these. It will open up the area towards Pino. I don't really like that. Let's get the 46th rifle in here on the refits. Go here. Reserve. I mean, I just... No, I kind of have to keep it in there. You're at 40, how can you even be ready? Refit. And okay. That leaves me with the tanks. I'm actually gonna move them in here and put them on reserve. I mean, I've no clue where my opponent is going to try and break through with their armor. Supplies must be pretty bad, even though he probably has a hub at Velikiluki. But then Right, I'm putting you here too. Where's the actual problem then? Is it full already? Oh. Alright, I would still have to reorganize them a bit, but that's okay. Looking marginally okay here too. Stay attack 3 here. They would also have to get around. I think it'd be pretty difficult for my opponent to get through there too. Still need to reorganize those guys a little bit, but that's okay. I'll take care of it. My opponent is now putting a couple of infantry divisions there. Which sounds bad, but it's good because it's giving me time. If he's moving up to this side, I don't really mind. That's not a big deal. Yeah, crap. All these unready units are a bit of a problem. Okay. Well, I'm gonna take a little break and what I'm gonna do is reorganize this stuff. Because with shit, it's a light wood hex and this is swamp. If they get into that light woods hex, I'm already fucked. powerful units there. You're at 121, that was 159. Again, probably that's all I can muster. This side is purposefully weak because I just straight up don't have the manpower to man it. Can pull them out, put them somewhere else. For example, in here. Or here. Hey. For my opponent to be capturing Novgorod, it would also be unfortunate, but not unovercomable. Right, I need to think about it for a sec. But, we'll see how it goes. But, yeah, like I said, I need to think about it for a bit. I'll be right back. Alright, back for the final part here. I was busy with all this Leningrad stuff, and it's at the end of a long work day, you can't always think straight all the time. So, you need to take some breaks every now and then. I'm still bit up for grabs about most of these places. The problem is if my opponent gets one more hex, he's pretty much cut off the rail line to Leningrad. Which is straight up sucks. Well, let's just get started with the maybe a bit more obvious. It's not that obvious, but really, this is clear hex? Oh, jeez. Right, I'm obviously not going to put a unit there. We'll have to go here. Cannot deal with that there. Although, yeah. Well, these guys are on already. That also sucks. Alright, alright. Leningrad front. Okay. You're also on a refit. You're not on a train. Yeah. But I currently have this mech division. Because if they cut the double rail, these depots are not going to be great. They're not going to get that many reinforcements there. It's going to be a bit of a mess. They're put on reserve. I'm going to put you into Chudovo. They can't really go anywhere else. This tank division, Chudovo it is, all on refit. Gotta get that mech unit somewhere. Guess Volkov it is. I do still have another Moscow militia, which is not better than any of those. Poop. Lightwoods. Refit you there. Wonder if I can send these. No, not like this. That's fine. They are technically ready. And I'll take it. And, anything that can help. Now you cannot go into any of those front areas, but these are ready. Which means I can send the 118th up into Not necessarily here. I don't see my opponent going there necessarily because these places are a lot harder to defend. Than anything else. Then they're going there. I have two of these here. They're technically doing okay. They're both on train. Thing is, I'm 2 hexes away in most of these other areas, so the real problem is up here. So I really need to have those defenses in that area. One thing I can do is pretend that I have some real defense over here, which it's not really the case. I'll pull back on those. There's no light mud currently, right? Oh, some areas it is. Ground light mud, ground light mud. Conveniently not on those two places. Not that light mud helps that much. However, this is not that great of a defense. I'll even put them on reserve just in case that will do something. All right. I actually think I'm rather moving these guys up there. You here. And I have the 42nd Tank Division. If those 50 T-26s can help in any way, I guess I will allow them. So there's that too. So basically that's the way things are gonna go currently. We'll see how hard my opponent will be able to break through here. A lot of Panzer divisions here still too, so kind of curious. I'm having a much stronger defense in the center than over towards Moscow, which actually is also a little bit weird. I think. But if we look at reinforcements, basically on the next turn, what we see is I will get one rifle division at least on the map, and I guess a few units, not necessarily the strongest ones, but I'll get at least 2 good divisions next turn and a bunch of weaker units. Interesting that this heavy gun regiment, jeez, it's a lot of men, but okay. Of course, then turn 9 we'll get the Briansk front, which will be quite useful, and we get 5 divisions. That's yet another turn ahead. That's in 2 turns. So we'll have to wait for it. But that's okay. There is something to be said for moving these 2 up as well. I mean, I probably should. Yeah. Probably should. Because as it is, I really need to defend Moscow a little bit more, and I do need to shift my forces indeed also to protect this. If my opponent wants to go and break out and do some kind of encirclement like this, kind of akin to the Vyazma pocket, then I kind of need to be ready for that in some sense too. And how much better does this look then? Reasonably so. I can always defend this with infantry. I'd rather have them for a potential breakout or something. If they get through here, then I guess that's good. Especially since I don't get a lot next turn either. So there is that. Do have this cavalry here too. I will certainly use it. Get that too. Even if my opponent does get Leningrad, personally I would like to at least have some foothold across the Volkhov, but we'll see how it goes. It's a very precarious position either which way. So there is that. Did I already try to expand that airbase? I did not. How about the Tikvin? I think I already did, yeah. And here I'm also building it up. I really want level 2 air bases here too, to try and at least deal with it. Because technically, if my opponent does actually encircle it, they can try to go and they will try to get air superiority here, but I will have to try and contest them, which is impossible, but that doesn't matter. I'll just have to keep fighting to try and at least relieve the area there. You're actually ready, but you cannot move there. That's great. Yeah, okay, so the last reorganization. How does it look? So I got these forces. They're part of 13th Army. Then we're getting down here, 24th Army. That's also fine. Then we're working with 11th Army here, but there are 2 infantry that should not be under it. So I'll put you under the 20th. And you under the 20th. And then I got here... Oh, crap. That should have been under the 11th. Okay. Well, let's see. I'll put these 2 under 33rd. Let's start with that. That makes it a bit less bad. And then, of course, I still have these 2. 49th Army. Didn't I also try to send an army up here? Because I actually needed another army here too. Yeah, I cannot send it there and then... get away with it. If only I could move this army. I could... No. I thought about shifting that... Oh yeah, I got this 31st army here. Who is actually in there? Vasily Dolmatov. I will change him. And since they will get armor and infantry alike... I will put... let's see what the difference is. It's exactly the same. Ivan Bagramian. It's quite a good general. Let's move him here. Krasnovodaisk. Take him off of the train. Now. Still have one more turn before my opponent actually gets to the Narva bridgehead. So there is that. I have to say though that personally I think Leningrad is already lost, but that's besides the point. This is an interesting 15,000 men. They actually have a pretty reasonable thing going on here. But, however... they have 2 units that are not in correct range. So I will actually get you under the 34th. Out. Yes, okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then put you under the 34th too. Then 16th Army is going to squeeze here, I guess. They are actually looking fine in terms of what they can have. The thing is, I'm gonna need a very powerful guy to hold this center too, and basically that's gonna be these here. 31st Army. I'm gonna put these guys under it. Yes, 12 now. They have one unit there. I'm going to put you under the 16th, and then whatever unit they have here, this unit, I'll put it under 31st. So that's what you're gonna do. And that means you're okay now on that stuff. And let's continue. So 31st. Could take 6 more, so it's 3 units. 31st. 31st. And then 31st, I guess. Just like that. Okay. Now that those are done, looking at 2 more armies around here. No. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's no good. Start with that. And that. So now you're at 12. Second all the way. Uh, do that. Then we have these you on the 22nd Army. At least 2 more units that I cannot deal with right now because I don't have the appropriate armies around here, and actually there are quite a few more forces over here. In fact, I would actually need yet another army in that area. Let's see where there are rail yards. Certainly not here, didn't really expect that. It's a damaged rail yard, but does mean it's not necessarily the rail yard I'm looking for. It really sucks because I really like having the army actually on the depot. But I feel like I can't really do that. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, then we got some other units in the back here. How is the Leningrad front? It's probably overburdened already by quite a bit. Indeed. 34th Army is under Stavka now. Poor boy. Don't have the Arkhangelsk one anymore. Automatically relegating that army to Stavka. Whereas Southwestern Front. Where's Southwestern Front now? I thought I put it in Kalina or something. Or Northwestern, or is it here? It's also heavily overburdened. I'd be better off getting you guys under the Western Front. And I'm putting another weird army, like this one, under the Moscow military district. (32nd, 19th). Are these all the units I have on the Northwestern Front? Oh, wow. All separately, huh? I mean, That's a problem. Alright, I'll get started, I guess. I'm gonna start getting some guys under the 49th. Over here. I think it's probably best to put them here too. Although, well, let's just do it like this. So you actually need to go into reserve. I guess it's gonna use these with rear units and other weird type units, I guess. $14. How are they doing now? 22. Alright, well, what's the guy? 215. Alright. I actually probably need to, yeah, change this guy. This is really bad. Again, this is in front of Moscow. These guys don't have any mech, so Vasilevsky is, I guess, fine there. Probably a good idea. Sweet. Alright, so these guys are holding that. Then I guess 19th. Gonna take a bunch of stuff. Two more. Okay. Then 32nd is highly overburdened. 20th or 28th. There are also a bunch of units here that are still not under any army or whatever. Once I get Bryansk front, which I will get in like 2 turns, indeed, center front is gonna be redirected more towards Kursk. I'll have Bryansk front in between, and western front will shift more towards the north, towards this area. Southwestern front will take an area towards Kalinin, and we'll have Leningrad front deal with this. Straight up don't have enough all the time. That sucks. Anyway, having both of them under the Moscow MD immediately now. Currently 5,000 men, huh? Make sure you're gonna let these guys dig in around Moscow. They can reorganize there. Get a bit of bone on them. Can they fight? No. I'm well aware of that. I don't know whether I already sent 10. I'm still gonna send another 10. I wonder actually how things are looking in terms of this. Supposedly I have a limit of 120 separate tank battalions. But the difference is quite striking. As this is only 9 T-34s and 20 T-60s, although I have 0 T-60s currently. Which is a big problem. That's I guess also why those things are not getting filled. And 22 T-34s and a bunch of KVs. When is this gonna be built either way? First year 941 to a recon tank. Just clearly not enough of them. Not that I was planning on building any of these, since it cost me a point, and I don't think it's worth it. Again, at this stage, as long as it's not free, I'm not going to use it. I know I do have too many AA battalions, interesting. Right, last amount of reorganization. How much of a good idea is this? Here it's gonna route 100% sure. I'd rather put it here, put it under 28th. Doesn't make it that much better, but it's fine. Also means I got pretty much everything else covered. I have the Northwestern Front still has a bunch of units. I mean, I cannot put these guys in the Northwestern. But it's the only thing I can do in order to relieve this a bit and then put the rest of the units on the Leningrad front. The only other thing that I could technically do is get units like this under Stavka. Which it's not super great for their reinforcement rates. But I don't really see a whole lot of other options. 16th Army. And then do that. And first. And then it's also that, then they're overburdened. But nothing to be done about it there. Still need to distribute the other things here. Again, the artillery, that is not okay. I will send it over to the reserves. It's quite a few. And at the same time, I kind of want to actually move them here first and start giving units to the 31st Army. They have some artillery and 2 AA battalions, but I'll start with some motorized sappers. 1. You have to be careful not to do those rail yard construction brigades. 2. 3. 4, 5. 1 AA. Is there anything else that I want to give him? No. Next, I still have 16th Army. I actually like that they have so much artillery. I should probably give a lot of artillery to the 31st Army too. Just gonna do it. Damn the consequences. 16th Army currently has 2 engineer sappers. I'll give them 3 more. If I could. But I cannot. Okay. So Stavka actually for this turn has only 3 AA battalions to give. How about their AA? They already have 5. So no thanks. How about 22nd S4? The Luke Operational Army S4 AA. Right. Then 28th Army S4 AA. 32nd Army does not. sending them here for now. I need to look at the depots. I mean, I'm keeping this guy on this depot for now, I suppose. Let's take a look at all the depots regardless, but I don't think it's probably necessary. 444, 444. Gonna actually disband this depot, sadly. Yep. 4, 4. 3, 4. Disband that depot. I'll hold Chernikov for one more turn and then I'm gonna pull out. Just like Gomel. Just not looking for that fight. Then my guys dig in for a bit, rest for a bit. They get more comic prep points, which some of them really need. That's good. These guys gonna dig in. Okay. Fair enough. And like I said, I do think it's worth fighting for the river. At least until my guys have retreated quite a bit. Yeah, they're fine. I don't need the supplies there at the moment. These guys are on a 2x, so that's fine. The longer I can delay them from getting the double rail basically over the river, the better it is for me too. Obviously there's a double rail here too, but it actually becomes a singular rail. So it's actually a lot worse for them there. There's of course the one to Kiev, but it's going up and they don't control that much there yet. So they can't bring supplies from here over to that side. It'll be interesting to see whether my opponent... They'll probably do a double attack or a heavy attack here. I'm gonna take back this hex and move back in, because then they'll have to spend more points getting here instead of not having to spend any points. And then they'll probably attack and break it, but then they've spent one turn taking Kherson, and then by the time they can try to cross the river, it'll be 17th of August yet, so that puts me in a better position at that point. But we'll see about that stuff. Alright. Shipping it back. And I will see you all next time. So, thank you for watching this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider leaving a like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Take care. See you then.